Welcome to the final video on our 10-part tutorial where we introduce CapCut video editing to you. So if you have not watched the first 9 videos, make sure you watch them in that same progression in which they have been organized in our playlist, and we are going to be able to now see how to export and share our video. In the last video, I told you that you should make sure you watch this because there is something I'm going to show you which is going to make your final video better. So I'm going to start by going backward. Remember, first, CapCut has autosave. So if I close this project, I'm not deleting the video. The only thing that will cause my project to have problems is when I delete a clip from the project from my gallery. So if I go to my gallery and I delete a video that I've put in my project, it's going to be deleted from my project because this project is referencing a video in my gallery or in my file manager. So if I delete it there from the main project, you will not see it anymore. So if I click on this, I can go now to my project view where you can see maybe other CapCut tools. I'll collapse that and you can see some of the video projects I've worked on. What I was just creating now is this. So I can be able to duplicate this. Sometimes you create a project and you want to create another variation of the same project. So what do? You duplicate the project. So this project, first of all, is not having a very nice name. So I can click on the 3 buttons by the right and I'll rename that. So I can rename this to video 10. I can say exporting. Can just click OK. Right, so I've been able to rename my project, and of course you can see the total size of the project, 500 megabyte. This 500 megabyte represents the size of your project, and it's not the size of the video when you export. It is rather reflecting the memory consumed by the different pictures and images and videos and songs within your project. So if you had longer videos or videos with very high quality, the total project is going to be maybe more than this. And take note that when you delete part of the project or you cut and trim a clip, you don't actually remove it. Remember video 2, we said that so your project is still going to be huge, but that is not the size of what you're going to export. You can see the total duration of your project, 1 minute 27 seconds, and you can see the date and time that you last worked on it. There are times in which you want to build on top of a previous project without destroying it, or you want to simply create another variation for whatever purpose that you may have. So I'll just click on this 3 dot and I'll be able to duplicate that. So you have now video 10 exporting copy. So you can, of course, rename that to whatever you want. So let's go now into the project. Okay, now into the project, you can see everything. It's not a good edit, but it's just something for you to be able to learn. And of course, CapCut has this default CapCut outro that I don't want. So if you don't want as well, you click on it and you delete. That is one of the first things that I always do, even when I start the project, not getting right up to the moment of exporting, because it helps you to be able to look at the total duration of your video. Because if you are creating a 30-second video, you have to be taking note right from the beginning and you make sure that it is 30 seconds. Sometimes we add songs to videos and the songs are very, very long. Take for instance, you add this audio. I'll just click on it and I reposition it, take it to the beginning of my video. Now the total duration of the video is 2 minutes and 26 seconds, but that is wrong. It is 40. That is not a correct duration of the video. It is because when the video ends, the song continues to play. And what you have to do is to get to where the video ends, click on the song and you split. You delete it. Simple. Now the song has ended. And of course, you have already seen that you always have to fade out your songs. So sometimes the fade in may not be as relevant, but it is very, very important to fade out your songs. So before you export your video, you should make sure that everything is okay. All the cuts are okay. You do not cut between words. When you go to transitions, the transitions are not distractive. They are not too much. They are just okay. check on the text if they animate very well. If it is auto captions, make sure that the auto captions that we created reflect what the subject was saying or the actual audio, and all the spellings may not be correct, so you have to manually go there and you correct the spellings. Make sure that your sound effects are not too high. Sound effects, sometimes the sound effects are higher than the speaker, and maybe even the background music sometimes is higher. Make sure that all those are put right, and of course your blending and your layers should all match the story that you're trying to communicate. And if all that is okay, you have arranged your mix, you have mastered everything, and the video is ready to go, then you simply click on the export and you are able to export your video. Right, so you are ready to export your video. You click on export, but if you click on export, what would happen is it would just start exporting immediately. So I would rather click on where you have 1080p. 1080p stands for 1080 pixels. It's trying to tell us the quality of the video in simple terms. So I can increase it or rather decrease it, but by default try to always export at 1080 pixels. And of course you have the frame rate, like how many pictures you have per second, and you have other settings like this. And of course you can as well see an estimated size of your video when it's going to be exported. That is just an estimate. So if everything is okay, I can export. But before exporting, another thing that I usually do is to add maybe a logo or a lasting text. Like I can add text and I put text, go to effects, I change that. So I'll just change that to this, and then I say sample. I'll check that. So this is a sample. I'll just place that there. Now I can make this a lasting text by scrolling on the tools and I click lasting text. So everywhere in the video from the beginning to the end, you have that lasting text. Now maybe the text is too bright. You can be able to go to opacity and manipulate it. When you take AA style, you would go to style, then from the text you manipulate it here on opacity. Okay, so you can be able to as well add your logo to the video. And how do you do that? You add it as an overlay. So I'll click on overlay, add overlay, and this is my logo. Good. So my logo actually has a background which is not proper, so you will have to go and remove the background using a tool like remove.bg, Adobe Photoshop, Photo Room, etc. Remove the background and you bring it back. Okay, I've removed the background and I'm going to add it again. Good. So this is our logo. I can position it wherever I want. Maybe I position it here and I reduce the size very well. The logo must not be so big. I can position it here. Sometimes it is positioned at one angle, but I just want to position it here for this video, and I'll drag it to the end of the video, so it's going to be everywhere from the beginning to the end of the video. So you make sure that it's just at the very end. Position it very well, and you can see the logo. And sometimes you may want to blend the logo. You click on blend as we did on video 8, and then you choose a specific blend that works well. So if the logo is too bright, you can go to the tools, scroll to opacity, and you reduce the strength of the color so that it just fades in, and then it positions itself in the video without being so distractive. So it now looks like a watermark on your video. How cool is that? So you have your watermark everywhere on the video. You can even make it bigger if you have reduced the opacity like this. Okay, you are now ready to export your video, but one more thing. Now if you export this video, the video has a cover which is called a thumbnail, which is just a random scene of the video which is selected. So you can put your own cover there by clicking here on cover. So I'll click on cover, and I move to a particular position in the video that speaks something that I'm trying to communicate, or I can go to my gallery, select from album, I select a particular picture, and let's say this, that is now going to be my cover. But I want to select a portion from the video, so I can look for a very good position of the video that communicates what I'm trying to say, like this. Maybe this is okay. I will click on save. Make sure you save that, and that's going to be your cover. Are you seeing that small thumbnail there? That is going to be the cover of your video. And depending on the platform where you're sharing the video, you may need to put another thumbnail, but this default cover is always good, because from your gallery you can be able to see it, and there are some platforms that will take that as the main cover or thumbnail of the video. So finally, let us export. Right, so while it is exporting, I just want to take this moment to congratulate you, and I say thank you for learning with Vision Peninsula. If you have been able to go through video number 1 up to 10, then you have done so well, and we are proud of you. There is much more that you can learn, and we encourage you to take a lot of time to practice all these that you have learned. Go ahead and volunteer to do someone's project, create personal video projects, and make sure that you put these skills to practice so that they don't get buried. And of course, if you don't put them to practice, you are going to forget almost everything that you have learned, believe you me. And of course, at Vision Peninsula, you would always have much more to learn, and we have a lot to offer. Make sure that you subscribe to our channel, make sure that you like and comment on this video, share to many more people, and we look forward to seeing you in other video projects and tutorials that we are preparing. Boom, now you can see that is our cover. Okay, that is what we selected as the cover. So wherever you are, it's going to take that as the default cover. And thank you so much, and see you in another future tutorial. Whatever video that you like us to create, please leave a comment in the comment section so that we are directed towards what you want to be able to learn. Thank you so much, and see you in the next series.